All right, let's be realistic. Kemi Badenoch was not right.
Do you trust the British police?
I do, I do. But remember my experience with the police in Nigeria was very negative, and coming to the UK, my first experience with the police was very positive. The police in Nigeria would rob us. So when people say, "Oh, I had this bad experience with the police because I'm black and they're white," I was like, "Well, I remember the police stole my brother's shoes and his watch.
His shoes?
Yeah, they took his shoes and his watch. It's a very poor country, so people do all sorts of things, and giving people a gun is just a license to intimidate. But that's not the bar we should use for British police. Obviously, it should be much higher.
What was the question asked in the first instance? What was the question asked? Was she asked about her impression about the Nigerian police or her impression about the British police? Do you trust the British police? That is the question. Here in the nonsense she's talking about. So is this the right answer? Yes, I trust the British police. Now the essay is on Nigeria. If this were to be an exam, she would have failed. If this were to be a job interview, she definitely would have failed. Even if her statement was right, the situation did not warrant that kind of uncontrolled outburst. And it is important for Kemi Badenoch to note that she can become just whatever she wants to become in the British government without throwing her country of origin under the bus. She has become the leader of the opposition, and perchance she may become the British Prime Minister in the next couple of years. She would not be the first person to have held that position if she becomes the British Prime Minister. Rishi Sunak, her immediate predecessor in her current office, became the British Prime Minister without running down his country of origin, India. There is no single example of Rishi Sunak talking down on India. Are we saying India is a perfect country? Are we saying India is a perfect society? Are we saying these and that are not so bad in India? India is still a struggling country, yes, far ahead of Nigeria. Nevertheless, it is still a struggling country, and there are so many buts in the country. Rishi Sunak did not exploit that to become acceptable in the eyes of the British. Obama has a Kenyan origin. Before Obama became the American president, the most powerful country in the world, and thus becoming the most powerful president in the world for 80 years, there was no single time he ever ran down his country of origin, Kenya. He never spoke against his country. Are we saying that Kenya is a model country? Are we saying Kenya, everything is so good, so nice, so smooth in Kenya? Not at all. So, Mrs. Kemi Badenoch, it's good. Congratulations to you on becoming the leader of the opposition, the Conservative Party in the UK. And perchance you may even become a greater person tomorrow. You don't have to run down your country. At least, this country gave you your primary education. See, let's get certain points clear. I don't like APC as a party. And left to me, I don't want Tinubu as a president. But that's Tinubu as a person. The person of Tinubu is different from Nigeria as a country or a society. For a single person to be talking in this manner, especially when their talks would not help our situation, it just doesn't make any sense. And for those who are healing her, urging her on, yes, our country is bad. Our police is bad. I mean, the police force is bad. And so many things are wrong in the country. But let's get it right. Is the British police so good? If they are so good, if they are so humane, if they really behave like human beings, why do they have to use body cam? Yes. Why does the British police ask its officers to use body cam? Is it to protect the police officers? Definitely no. It may be one of the reasons, but the major reason is to protect the citizens from the tyranny of the police. The major reason is to protect the citizens from the brutality of the police, so that when such is done, when such act is perpetrated, it can be played back on the body cam that is worn by the police. What about the CCTV that is fixed all over the place? That is telling us that their society is not so good. But then the leadership has found a way to put everything in position, I mean, to put everyone in their proper place by installing CCTV at almost every conceivable place or point. Yes, maybe someday we'll have a leader in this country who is going to do the same so that human beings can behave as human beings and excuse themselves from whatever is illegal. But for someone like Kemi Badenoch, who has been there and is perchance aiming higher in the government of that country, she doesn't have to run down our country. This country is not poor. As a matter of fact, Britain, UK, or whatever it is called, is poorer than Nigeria. Otherwise, they wouldn't allow those who steal money in this country to stash away the fund in their own country. And when we make requests to get this fund returned to our country, they will put so many legal roadblocks in our way. Were they not the ones who plundered our country? Why did they do so? Yes, it has been many years or even a century or more. Nevertheless, the plundering suffocated this country. There's no doubt about that. But that's not even where we're going. The point is, Kemi Badenoch should keep her mouth shut about this country. If there is a way she can help us, then that will be welcome. But talking down on the country, saying all sort of rubbish, I don't have anything to do with the North. I don't have Yoruba. I see. We have gone past this kind of divisive statement. That is why the country is not growing. If you are so serious about developing the country, making the country a united country, you would not be talking about, I don't have anything to do with the South, I don't have anything to do with the North, I don't have anything to do with the East, I am just Yoruba, I am just the North, and this and that. That is some silly statement from someone who is supposed to be an intelligent person. So, Mrs. Kemi Badenoch, let's get some sense. Really, Nigeria does not need this kind of a vituperation at this time. We need something more serious, more sensible. Thank you very much.